Hi, everybody. Please, this is my first time going Facebook Live doing this type of presentation. So I need you ladies' help. If there's anything I can do to improve the quality of the video or the sound or anything like that, the lighting, let me know. My name, if you don't already know, is Angelia Robinson. I am a director with Pure Romance. And I have been honored to be asked to speak about sponsoring and recruiting. For some reason, I don't really like the word recruiting. I'm trying to not say that so much. It sounds very impersonal. So I do want to start using the word sponsoring a lot more, or offering the opportunity. I think that those things really kind of matter depending on the person that you're talking to. So I've been asked to speak for 30 minutes. That's going to be interesting to see if I can do that. I've never had a problem talking, but I have one topic to talk about for 30 minutes. So I did take some notes. First of all, thank you so much to all of my sisters that have given me kudos and shout outs to making director. Everyone's been talking about, how did you make director in 7 months? And to be honest, I really didn't know that that was a big deal. I actually thought that that was much too long to have made director. Making director just means that you have 8 women on your team. And I joined Pure Romance October 26th of last year. And I didn't really start working the business, until February of this year. My background, just really quickly, I'm a retired recording artist, both R&B music and Christian music. And so when I joined this business, I really had mixed feelings about how I would go into this business. What would people think about me? Would they judge me? And know this, that everyone that you talk to about offering the opportunity is going to have those same thoughts, most of them. They don't have to be, really into church or have to be, Christian recording artists or things like that to have those thoughts and feelings. But people are very judgmental, and when they don't know what we do, they automatically assume that it's, some wild and crazy, business that, is taboo, and no, we don't want to be a part of what it is that you do. So I think that it is very important that when we're also offering the opportunity, that we're letting people know and getting them to feel the passion about what it is that we do as Pure Romance consultants. And I don't even think that we really know until we actually get into the business and start working it, the magnitude of what it is that we do and how great and how awesome the opportunity to be a part of such an awesome company really is. So one of the things, if you guys don't know, Dana Bear, she is my sponsor. I actually have known Dana for 16 years pre-Pure Romance for her. She used to be my fitness instructor. So just to let you also see, the importance of relationship. Now, Dana's known me for 16 years, and here I am now a new, consultant under her, and it took 16 years. Now, not that I knew a lot about the business, not that she tried to sponsor me previously. I just think that, she thought, of course, I was in the world of music, I was traveling, I was touring, that Pure Romance wasn't going to be something that I wanted to do. But then when I retired from the business, I was looking for something that I could do that was going to be fun, that I could make a lot of money doing it. That is why I got into the business originally, was to have fun and make a lot of money. And I saw that that's what Dana was doing. So I wanted to have that. And there are a lot of women that see our lives, our lifestyles, just our emotions, our passion, and they want that. That is what we essentially are offering people in the beginning. They don't really know what they're going to get out of the business until they actually come into the business. So I do want to stay on task because I am a talker and I'll just ramble on and on and on. So some of the tips that I wanted to give you ladies, first of all, I'm fueled by people's energy. I'm a ball of energy myself. I love people. I'm fearless. I'm bold. Do I have some of the same issues that a lot of other women have? Absolutely. Hey, Shep. Absolutely. I've got body image issues. Although I'm very confident, there are some things that I'm not that confident in, but you've got to fake it. If you don't fake it, if you don't allow people to see that you're not afraid, even when you are afraid, then those are going to be the people that you may not actually get to sponsor or bring on your team. When people are looking for an opportunity, they're looking for a sponsor, someone that's going to bring them along, that's going to help carry them along until they're able to carry themselves. Being gregarious, having that as part of your personality, I think in what we do in business is very important. There are a lot of funny women in this business. I watch a lot of parties and presentations, and I'm like, man, these women are funny. I sure wish that I could do that like them. But everyone has a fire brewing in them. And it is our job to have or use our active listening skills to see what that is and what it is that we can tap into concerning that, and how we can then become their sponsor. Now, for some of you, these things that I've mentioned may come naturally. Like for me, they come naturally. That is just who I am. I do think that it is a gift. For those of you that attended the On Your Spotlight training when Chris was here on Saturday, I'm in Dallas, Texas, by the way. I didn't say that, I'm sorry. I'm from Maryland originally, and I've been in Texas for about 4 years. But Chris mentioned the same thing that I've been saying when people ask, how did you make director in 7 months? There is no formula. There really, really is no formula to it. So there's not any one specific thing that I can tell you to do that is going to make you start to sponsor more. But I do think that attitude is everything. Confidence is everything. Energy is everything. People want to be around good energy. And then for those of you who may not possess those things naturally, I do believe that there are certain skills that can be taught that actually help you to tap into that. I mean, there are different things that you can pull from, and just simply listening to somebody. Definitely Love the Heart says really cool. Hey D, kisses back to you. Definitely listening to people and being able to relate to what it is that they're sharing with you, especially women. I mean, we're in the perfect business, women to women, being able to relate to one another, share feelings, emotions, passions, dreams, all of those things I do believe help to recruit. Let's see. You can learn to be confident. If you're not already confident, there are a lot of women that are very shy. I mean, I love Angela Dodonna's story about how she was just shy, how she doesn't like to talk in front of people. You'd be surprised at some of the people that, just from the music world, Beyonce, even though she's an amazing, performer, she gets nervous every time that she goes on stage, throws up before she goes on the stage, all of those types of things. So people still get nervous. But there is still a certain confidence that you can exude even through that nervousness or nervous energy. But if you hang around people that are confident, that are really in your corner as well, because you do have some people that may have an arrogance about them with their confidence. And if you're hanging around people like that, it really can suck more energy from you than it actually gives you energy. So I definitely recommend that you hang around people that are very confident, and that helps you to come out of your shell. And you actually can pull certain things from them that you actually can take on if it's not innate for you, if it's not inborn. Talk to people about your business everywhere you go. When I started Pure Romance, I didn't have any friends. I'd like to say I have friends now because I'm meeting a lot of people, but I know that it takes time to build friendships. But all of my friends are in Maryland. That's where I was born and raised. I have a few family members here that live maybe like an hour, 15 minutes away from me, but I started this business with no friends. So I did have to talk to strangers, and I talk to people wherever I go. I remember listening to a call with Dana Barish about booking parties on the spot. I took that information and ran out and did it right away. So I had to go and talk to people. I was in the parking lot at Walmart. I had my my listening ears on. That's kind of like an oxymoron, right? My listening ears. But I was actively listening, and I heard a group of ladies talking about a fun girls' night. And so I walked over to them and I said, I'm sorry, I don't mean to, intrude upon your conversation. I said, but I hear you all talking about having a fun girls' night. And I said, so, I'm a Pure Romance consultant. Have you ever heard of us? So that was, enabled me to strike up a conversation with them. Laugh not loud, Angelia. I struck up a conversation with them in the parking lot of Walmart and booked a party on the spot with these ladies. This woman, she booked her party like 3 months out, maybe 2 months out. She wanted to have it during tax time, which was very smart for a hostess. She wanted to make sure that her people had money. And from that party came my number 4 recruit. Her daughter, who is April Liggins, actually joined my team shortly after I did the party for her mom. Be relatable we have to be relatable when we are looking to sponsor these women. If we are not relating to them, they're going to feel uncomfortable. If they're not confident already, we're certainly not helping them to feel more confident if there's not something that they can relate to us on. So having conversations with them and listening to them helps you to be able to see where you have commonalities with each other. Those things really, really help when you're trying to get a girl to trust you with the opportunity that you're offering her. I mean, let's face it, there are all types of companies out here, direct sales, all types of sales companies. There's Avon and Mary Kay and all these other companies. I can't even name them all. But and some of these companies are scam type of companies, not the ones that I mentioned. You know, some of them are not as lucrative. So people do kind of have their guards up when you come to them and they feel like you're trying to sell them a dream. I on purpose do tell people, look, I am not trying to sell you a dream, but I'm telling you that what I've experienced so far in this business is amazing. The sisterhood is amazing. I really talk a lot about the sisterhood, pushing the sisterhood because people want a connection. Women want a connection with other women. You know, we just need that. We're nurturers by nature. And so we want to be nurtured and we also want to nurture. So that I think is a very, very important element. It's definitely being relatable. Dana is a millionaire in this business and there's never anything that she says or does that makes me feel like she's above me or that she doesn't relate to me. She doesn't, you know, come off as though she's better than any of us or that she can do anything better than us. She never comes off like that to me. So that makes you comfortable enough to be able to connect with someone, listen to them, trust them, you know, allow them to guide you in their journey because you don't feel like they're giving you a bunch of fluff, okay? I thought that maybe it would be a good idea if I talked about some of the encounters that I've had with women that have joined my team. I know that we can talk to you guys all day long about things that you can do, you know, things that you can put in place, but I think that if I paint a picture for you also, that maybe that would help. So hopefully this works out well. Like I said, this is new for me talking about this, and hopefully this is something that helps you. So I thought what I would do is take you down a trip of whom I've recruited and how it all went down, okay? So my first recruit or first team member, I like to say that, that sounds better, was Kiata Barnes. I walked into the bank at Walmart, same place where I got that party where April came from. I walked into the bank and I walked in there and I was like, you know, hey, I said, how's everybody doing? I went in there, you know, talking about the fact that I was a pure romance consultant and who wanted to book a fun girls night. Kiata was in the office within the bank. She comes running out of the office and says, oh my gosh, she was like, I've been wanting to do this forever. She was like, I was going to be a bedroom candy consultant. She was like, but I didn't have the money at the time. I really, really want to do this. She was like, this had to be God. This was fate. This is what I wanted. And you know what, ladies, we can never, ever, ever prejudge. I don't care how many times I am a part of something where there's some type of sales involved or some type of opportunity or something that you're presenting, where in my mind, I may not judge openly, but in my mind, I may be judging, like maybe I should or shouldn't talk to this person. Maybe I should or should not ask this person. Every time that I do that, that's always the person that ends up wanting to be a part of what it is that I'm doing or wanting to buy something that it is that I have. So Kiata was one of those. She wasn't the person that I was targeting in the bank. I was actually targeting another woman in the bank, but Kiata heard me and she came running out and asked me for the opportunity. So sometimes it's purposeful when sponsoring and sometimes it's a fluke. But whether it's purposeful or it's a fluke, we're still responsible for also closing that whole transaction and making sure that it happens, because there's almost always an obstacle for someone, whether it's money, whether it is time, whether it is fear, because a lot of them say, I want to do this, but I don't think that I can do this. I'm not sure if this is for me. So there are obstacles that you have to overcome with them to get them to just take a chance, take a leap. It really is I believe, a risk-free investment. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? You become a consultant, you don't like it, it's not for you, you're not doing well at it. So you've got all these great products that you can use for yourself, or you can sell, or you can give away as gifts. So that is also a selling point for me, is that, it's definitely a risk-free investment. So for Kiata, she was my first team member, and the way that I helped bring her on, because she didn't have the finances, was I did throw a party for her to help her earn the money to go towards her kit. I got that idea from Nakia Wellington, I believe. That was around the time that she did a video where she talked about women, if they had a party over a certain amount of kits, she would buy their kit for them. Now, I did consult with my sponsor. I consulted with Dana about it first. And she told me that she would never, ever buy anybody's kit. She was like, you're only going to be disappointed. I wouldn't do it. She was like, but if you're really confident in this girl, then it's your business and you go, with your gut. And so basically with Kiata, she met me halfway. We did the party. She was a great hostess. She had a lot of guests. Sales were, I wouldn't say low. They were, about medium. And she did have money that she had to put towards getting her kit, so she still worked for her business, which is very important as well, that we don't, that we don't make it so easy for consultants and like, hey, I'll buy this for you if you come into the business. There is a certain level of responsibility, I believe, or a desire or a hunger that if that person has it in the beginning, 9 times out of 10, they're going to do a lot better within their business because they worked for it. It's kind of like what our parents have always told us, that when they buy our clothes, we treat it like crap and we throw our clothes on the floor and we don't take care of our stuff. But then if we work hard for it, we kind of do take care of it a little bit better. I mean, I'm a parent now, I'm a mother of 5, so I can speak on that. When I was a kid, of course, I thought my mother was tripping. But it really is true. If you work for something, 9 times out of 10, you're going to take a lot better care of it. Okay, now for my second recruit, second team member was my cousin as Essie. And we actually had, I think that was the Founders Kit special around that time. And I had been talking to Essie. I had been on her. She works with young girls, at-risk youth. She works with women. She's out of DC. And I knew that she would be perfect for this business. I knew that she would love the opportunity. And she wanted it. And I just could not seem to get her to commit. I just couldn't get her on the phone. We text back and forth. But people's lives, they're busy. People are busy. Trust me, a lot of people that you talk to about the opportunity that want to be a part of the business, when you can't really connect with them, it's not all the time that they are really just playing games or really not serious. People have stuff going on in their lives. They need you to actually help them to push through those things to make this happen. This could be the opportunity that changes their life, that makes things in their life go a lot smoother. So they're counting on you to push through for them. So Essie was one of those people. Essie, she became a consultant like 1 minute before midnight, before the sale ended. I didn't give up on her. I kept texting, calling. I texted her, as late as like 11:50 and, 10:50 here because we're an hour behind. And she says, okay, I'm doing it now. What do I do? Where do I go? And she went right to the website and she signed up and she's now a consultant in the DC area. So that was another situation. Now for my third team member, Crystal. Now this was a unique situation. Crystal Crenshaw. She works at the Dollar Tree in East Chase. And of course, us pure romance consultants spend a lot of time, well, not a lot of time, but yeah, a lot of time in the Dollar Tree. So I met her there. And of course, again, everywhere I go, talk about my business, carry my pure romance bag. There's always something, pulling out a product, purposefully, using it just so that I can strike up a conversation, let it happen organically. And so I was talking to her and maybe one of her other employees about booking a party with me. Now, Crystal, to me, again, very important to pay attention to people's body language, use your active listening skills. Crystal is a full-time student. She's a psychology major. And the way that she spoke to me was that, man, I just, I don't really have friends. I don't really have the time to have a party. I mean, she just seemed like somebody that was really about her business and wasn't going to make time to have a party. That's kind of like what I felt. So I took her information. Always get their information if you can. I used to own a flooring company, a hardwood flooring company, and people, when they're renovating their homes, they have work that needs to be done. But again, people are busy. We really have to make the phone calls. We really have to send out the text messages. We've got to follow up, because it's not that people don't want the service or they don't want to be a part of the business. It's just not a priority for them right now because their lives are crazy. Trust me, if you're not the one that stays on top of following up with that recruit lead, somebody else is going to sponsor her, because somebody's going to catch her at that time where she just happens to be ready, where she just happens to have the money, where they just happen to go the extra mile to close the relationship. And you're going to miss out if you don't do those follow-ups. So with Crystal, I did follow up with her. And I did talk to her again about the party, but just briefly, because I really at this point knew that she was somebody that was about her business. She was a student. She could probably use some extra cash. So I talked to her about setting up a coffee date. So she was excited about that. She was like, yeah, I'd love to be able to talk more about the opportunity, because for her, having some extra cash was exactly what she needed. So I watched one of Dana's videos with Loretta. I believe she did like a mock interview with how you would talk to someone and how you would interview someone about the opportunity to sponsor. So that's what I did. I set up that was my first coffee date at Starbucks. I went, sat down and talked with her. I read her a few questions. Like I said, ladies, I am a talker. So, hey, Cynthia. I am a talker, and so I do have to practice listening. And, like Chris was just telling us, the person that listens wins. So I am practicing that. So I did that with her. I read from the questions that I had, and I allowed her to speak and tell me what it was that she was looking for, what it was that she needed, what she made on her current job, what it was that she was looking to get out of the business. And this girl was very, very educated. So ladies, do your homework. This girl, my girl Crystal, she worked for the toy store called Crystal's here in Texas. And she had been working there. She wasn't working there at the time, but she had worked there for like 2.5 years. So she was very knowledgeable about products, toys, about lube, about enhancement products. Of course they were named different things, or, maybe worked a different, way. But she knew a lot more about the products than I did. I was still fairly new, but I was able to carry my own. But it definitely made me realize that, Angie, you've got to make sure that you know your product, that you know your business, because you never know who you're going to be talking to. And if you come off as someone that doesn't know your business, then you're not going to be able to sponsor that person, because they're going to look at you like you don't know what you're talking about, and why would I want to be a part of your team? So that was a very unique situation with Crystal. Now, who was number 4? April. April, she was the one that was at my party that everyone said, April loves to talk about sex. April loves sex. Oh yeah, April. April. Everyone talked about that. So again, that was me listening, me paying attention to what people were saying about this person. Now, hey Shireen. Now, April, she actually booked a party with me that night. Her mom was the one that I booked the party on the spot with in the Walmart parking lot. She booked a party with me, and then I thought about it later. I didn't talk to her about it that night, but I thought about it maybe like a week later. And I said, you know what? I said, instead of April, having a party, April needs to become a consultant and have her own party. So, because everything that everyone said about her, I thought that she would be a great consultant. So I reached out to her. I talked to her about the opportunity. Again, we were having a really great, kit sale. So definitely pay attention to the kit sales and capitalize on those. Everyone loves a sale, and everyone loves free stuff. We know that. That's why we do so well in our business. And so I talked to April briefly. She, again, wanted to make some extra cash. She was really excited about it. She came into my office. I do have a lot of people. I don't always do the coffee dates. I think I've only maybe done 2 or 3. But people will come into my office. I have it set up so that they can do that. As a matter of fact, I can show you a little bit of the office. Got the couch and all that kind of stuff or whatever. So, it's professionally set up so that people can come into the office and it's a professional setting for them. That always makes people feel better too. I know for me it would. Professionalism is very important to me. So she came in, she got the deluxe kit, and April is also doing very well. So that was another unique situation. Then there was D. Dee, I love Dee. She attended one of my parties in, oh gosh, I can never think of that area. I always want to say Granbury, but that's not the area. Rockwall. She attended a party in Rockwall. This was a crazy party for me because I booked 2 parties on that day and they were way too close together. Thank you, Dee. Way too close together. So it was a little hectic. I was running a little behind. And Dee comes into the shopping room. I think was Dee the first one in the shopping room? If she wasn't first, she was pretty close. And before I could even offer the opportunity to Dee knew what she wanted when she walked into the shopping room. She first of all, she placed an order. She placed a very large order, probably about $400 or $500. And then she was like, and I want to do this business. You know, I don't even remember if I was going to offer it, if I was forgetting or didn't want to because I was running behind. But she said, I want to do this business. So with Dee, she came in, she knew exactly what she wanted. I just needed to be able to present the kits to her and of course, you know, share some information. Thank you, Cynthia. I definitely wanted to be able to share some information. Even though she knew what she wanted, I really want for people to feel the passion about what it is that we do. And I've got like 3 minutes. Let me try and wrap up. I really wanted her to feel the passion about what it was that we do, because people will join the business, they'll become consultants, but if they don't have purpose, if they don't have an I story, if they don't have passion, excitement, if they're not getting something out of it, and not just, you know, whether it's money, whether it's empowerment, you know, whether it's the sisterhood, you know, whatever it is, if they're not getting something out of it, you can sponsor them all day long and they're not going to stay. This is not very easy to operate your business. I don't care what business it is very hard work. So I also let people know as well that, you know, are becoming a part of my team, you know, that you're going to be as successful as you want to be. You can get out of this as much as you want or as little as you want. And I don't put pressure on them. I let them know, hey, you're the boss, you do what you want. I can definitely help you, you know, along the journey to become as successful as you want to be. We can do this together, you know, but, you know, again, you're going to have to do the work. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. If you have purpose, if you have passion, definitely you can win at this business. So again, I'm never selling them a dream, but I'm definitely selling them that you can have this dream of what you see a lot of these other successful women like the Danas and, you know, things like that have. It is very possible. I always tell the Dana story because I want them to see what they can get to. And I tell them, and I'm real with them. I'm like, look, this woman put a lot of time in the business, 14 years. So I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire overnight. I'm just letting you know what the potential is and how you definitely can be this if you do the work. Let's see, I want to quickly give you 4 other stories. Latrice is my other team member. She was the one at the party that was very quiet, very in tune. She was paying attention to everything that I said. She left that night. She didn't place an order, but she didn't place an order because she knew she wanted to become a consultant. I found out from my hostess that that was the case, and so I got her information. I followed up with her that same night, sent her a text, followed up with her the very next day. She joined my team that very same week. Follow up. Extremely, extremely important. Follow up, excitement, your emotions, your passion, all those things, confidence, definitely all those things. My other Crystal was my kit chaser. Crystal Burton out of Houston, did a party in Houston, which was actually given to me by another consultant that moved out of state. Crystal, you know, she had a lot of coupons and a lot of hostess credit. And so I had learned from Sheb, thank you Sheb, from that tip that she got from Kelly Ellis Neal. Recruit your hostesses. Do that, you know. Yeah, you may make less money at the party if, you know, you are doing that and allowing her to get a kit that night and, you know, helping her with the difference. But for Crystal, I said, hey, you know what? Why don't you just get a kit? You know, it's going to be, you know, a much better deal for you. You get all these products. You don't have to, you know, work the business if you don't want to. You know, 60 days you'll be active as a consultant. I have 9 ladies on my team, Cynthia. And so she actually got the kit with no intention of working the business, but she got the box. And ladies, I know it's 11:30, so I'm gonna wrap up. She got the box and she was very excited about how Pure Romance had packaged everything, how it was very professional and discreet. And so she decided she was gonna work her business. She's a teacher. She's like, hey, I can use the summer months. I can party. I can make money, blah, blah, blah. So now she is fully working her business. She went to, she went to the On the Spotlight tour in Houston. So she is invested. And then 2 more, Lashana, which was a guest at Crystal's party. She booked a party with me. And again, another girl who is, just busy, she's a boss in her own right, doing other things. She's a cheerleading coach. She really decided that she wanted to work the business. She talked with her husband. I talked with her, worked with her on the kits and the pricing and the sales, and she did it. And then last but not least, my most recent girl who makes number 9. Okay, Sheb, you are welcome. Get those hostesses, and guess who are spending close to the kit price? Yes, absolutely. Tara, she I got a corporate lead, and it was a really great event. Awesome photographer, Amanda Gale, and her assistant, Tara. Oh my God. Personality, oozing personality and fun, excitement, and all of that. Oh, Cynthia says, unless I have something to do, I don't have to rush. I'm all ears. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hopefully you ladies don't get tired of me talking. Like I said, I'm a talker. But Tara, she just has a spark. This girl was a ball of fire. Very sexually fluid. I mean, easy to talk to, fun-loving girl. And bigger than that, she was in a situation on her job that was stressing her out. She was ready to quit her job. This was a Sunday, I believe, we did the event, and she was talking about not going back to her job. Again, listening skills. Use your active listening skills. This girl was hurting. This girl was being harassed emotionally at work. And she was just way too full of life for her to be stuck in that situation. And that's what we do, is we offer ladies the opportunity to be your own boss. And you don't have to put up with that type of stuff. Take charge of your life and get out and do something and make things happen for yourself. So I had the whole day to kind of just like connect with Tara, talk with her about her business, share with her my own story, let her know about the awesome opportunities that Pure Romance offers. And she didn't have the money. Most of the time that we talk with people, most people that want to start their own business don't have the money. That's not an unusual thing. Even though it's a low startup cost, usually times are hard. People don't usually have it. And so she didn't have the money to get her kit right off the break. But let me tell you something. Did I lose any of my girls or any who never activated if they got the standard kit? I'm trying to think, Cynthia. I think that only my girls who recruited someone got a kit that didn't activate. I take that back. I had one girl that got a standard kit that did not activate. And she actually would have been very good, I think. I don't really know what happened with her, why she didn't work the business. We connect every now and then. She may end up coming back. I did have a girl to go inactive, which was Kiata Barnes, and she recently reactivated with the kit special. Things happen, people get overwhelmed. They never get their businesses off to a good start because of whatever, their kids, their work, fear, just there are many different things. And so I never really, give up on those people. I am that person. Like if you listen to Jim Rohn's CD, and he says, for those people, there are going to be people that do 100% of the business. There are going to be people that do 60%. There are going to be people that do 30%. And that's just what they do. And he's like, he was living his life like, I'm going to make you successful if it kills me. Well, that's me by nature. But I learned from that CD that that you can't do that. So to a certain extent, what I did with Kiata was I reached out to her periodically and I said, look, I definitely don't want to be pushy or hound you to work your business, but I am your sponsor and I want you to know that I'm here for you. So if there's anything that I can do to help you with your business, I'm here. I know that when we spoke, you were very excited about your business. You told me all of your goals, your visions, your dreams, things that you wanted to do for you and your child. I still believe that those things exist within you, and there are things that you have to do in order to achieve it. So whatever the reasons are that you're not working your business right now, I don't know. But I want you to know that when you're ready, I'm here. That's what I did for her. And then at that time, again, where she became ready to do it again and the opportunity arose to where she could actually reactivate for a low price, I reached out to her and I said, hey, Kiata, look, we got this special going. You can actually reactivate for this amount, blah, blah, blah. And she was excited. And as a matter of fact, she was also an integral part of helping to bring Latrice Miller onto the team. Because even though Latrice knew that she wanted to become a consultant, she went to Kiata and asked her, because they both worked together at the same bank. And she just asked her about the business. Now, Kiata wasn't active at the time, but Kiata was like, oh yeah, it's a wonderful business. You should definitely do it. You know, so again, we empower each other over and over and over again. And who doesn't need motivation from day to day to day? We have the stresses of life that are bogging us down. We've got kids, we've got activities, we've got, you know, money, financial, you know, whatever, marriage, you know, relationship issues. There's so many things. We need to empower each other every single day. You know, so whether that person's actively doing her business and doing well, whether she's falling off, whether she's fallen off, if you sponsor them, you know, I just really feel like we have the responsibility to stay in touch with her. And it does a lot of times work in your favor. So those are, you know, really just my tips and good examples of how it is that I recruit, how I sponsor. There really is no formula. There really is no magic wand. There's not a system that I have in place that I'm working. Now that I am a part of the Future Leadership Program, I am going to purposefully work, you know, my business as a leader, doing some things differently so that I can sustain the success that I'm obtaining. I've had, you know, moderate levels of success throughout my life and my career in other businesses, but nothing that really stayed. And I think, you know, there are certain things that I need to put in place to make sure that that happens. If you're continuously doing the same thing and getting the same results, we all know that that's what? Insanity. So I am so thankful for Pure Romance and the opportunity to actually be coached and trained into what it takes to be and stay a successful leader. So I think that I am a leader at heart, and just by personality. People follow you, you know, based on what they see in you, your personality, your characteristics, your genuineness. Is that a word? I read that on the back of my, thank you, Cynthia, on the back of my Customer Connect cards. People often talk about one of the things that they liked about me at the party is my honesty. And I really do exude honesty within this business. I am a salesperson also by nature. I often say I can lead a horse to water and make him drink. I laugh about that. I really can, but I've never been comfortable working a business that I didn't believe in the product. I believe in everything about Pure Romance. And if you believe in everything about Pure Romance, people will feel that, people will see that, and they want to be a part of that. We're not selling people products, we're selling people a feeling, an emotion, and they're buying into that thing. So whether they're just buying products from you or whether they are trying to become a part of the business, they are essentially buying into a vision, an emotion, a dream, something that they can tap into that's going to energize them, that's going to help them to be successful in their own right, whether it's monetarily, you know, whether it's emotionally, whether it's sexually. There are a lot of different things that a lot of us women get from this business. So my advice to you when it comes to sponsoring is offer everyone the opportunity. Look, I had to make this sign for myself. I guess you guys, does it come up backwards for you? I don't know. But it's the, you get a prize if I fail to ask you one of the following questions in the shopping room. It's your gain. Hold me accountable. If I don't ask if I don't ask when you'd like to hold a party, if I don't ask if you're interested in the business opportunity, if I don't ask for a referral, you'll receive a vibrating item, my treat. Sometimes, honestly, I even forget to put this up in the ordering room. It's a new process for me because I'll get excited and I'll get to talking to the women, you know, about personal things. And Cynthia, what are you saying nope to? Okay, great. She said it works. Shireen said it works. It does help you to remember because sometimes I will forget. Sometimes I'll ask one of the questions. Sometimes I'll ask two of the questions. Sometimes I won't ask any of them. But if I have this sign in front of me, it's a reminder. Sure, I can definitely post that, Angelia. It's in the coup as well. And so I'll find it and post it for you guys. But yeah, offer everyone the opportunity because you just don't know. A lot of times the Bible says you have not because you ask not, somewhere in there, right? If you don't ask, you know, sometimes people are afraid to ask. Sometimes people don't think that they can do it and they need some reassurance that it's something that they can do. Oh, okay. She said it was backwards. Yeah, I thought it was backwards. That's why I ended up reading it to you. But yeah, you've got to ask people. And then if you think that somebody's kind of on the edge about it or they show an interest, do it until recruiting is constant for you, Shireen says, having to sign up and doing that. Okay, great. yeah, offer everyone the opportunity, because you just never know. Today might be a no, tomorrow definitely could be a yes, or next week could be a yes. Again, I've known Dana for 16 years, and I'm thinking she mentioned the business to me somewhere along the line, and it went in one ear and out of the other because it just wasn't the right time for me. And here I am 16 years later. Oh, Shireen said it was straight for her to be able to see it. 16 years later, here I am, a consultant. So, oh, Cynthia said, oops, I meant it wasn't backwards. Okay, good. So you could see it really good. Okay, good. And then thanks to Sheb and all you other wonderful ladies about the VIP program, that also works as well. So again, somebody, a no today definitely could be a yes tomorrow, or next week, or next month, or next year. So definitely don't give up on your follow-up calls, and just sharing your excitement, share your experience. And when you do that, people want experiences. And I think Chris talked about that, like the Disney World experience. If you sell them or talk to them about your experience and let them see that, they're excited. Okay, so I've talked way too much, and I hope that this helped you guys out in any way. If you have any other questions, definitely feel free to call me, inbox me, or message me here, because I think you can still put comments here under the video. But hopefully that really did help you ladies. And I do call and follow up with my ladies if I see that they're about to go inactive. And I just remind them, hey, stay active. Even if you're not actively working your business because of whatever it is that you may be going through right now, that you can't really do it, don't lose the opportunity, because you can always make some extra money. Even if you're not doing parties, you can make phone calls and get outside sales. You can get discounts on the products that you want. So that's one of the tools that I use. You're welcome, Akila. That's one of the tools that I use to keep people active that may be getting ready to go active. Go inactive. Is, don't, you spend all that money on your kit, don't go inactive. Call somebody, sell some of the products that you have, stay in the business until you know for sure that you just don't want to do it anymore. Don't fall inactive. Keep your consultant status active. So that's my word for the day. Talk way too much. Thank you, Shireen. I hope again that this lady's helped. And thank you so much again, ladies, Monique and Shireen, for giving me the opportunity to share with you ladies. I love to share good information, love to empower, and empowering you guys empowers me. So love you all, and see you guys soon at National Training in Cincinnati. Woo!